I do love you.
I love you too.
What's fascinating about this series of books and the TV show is you get to follow their relationship and how it develops.
Bad things tend to happen when we're apart.
It transgresses time and space.
We always find a way back to each other.
It's just that ability to be yourself no matter what. It's beautiful. When we first enter season 2, what we see is Claire really, I mean, both of them are really just still reeling from the events at the end of season 1.
I'm plagued by, you know, sort of nightmares and sort of recurring thoughts about what happened.
And for Claire, I think her first and foremost function or role is to help Jamie get over the trauma of the end of season 1. But at the same time, she's also newly pregnant. So it's this very complicated situation she finds herself in because she's so excited about becoming a mother, but at the same point, she sort of has to put that aside to try and help Jamie repair and heal from the atrocities that happened to him in season 1.
Is it another one? Another nightmare?
She knows that he needs space and time to heal, I think. So she's there for him, but ultimately, you know, they're two sort of people that are sort of pulled apart by all the politics that are going on in France. It takes a lot for them to really battle all that and to get back to each other.
Jamie throws himself into his cover in Paris, which is very wearing on him. The prince likes to go out virtually every night, party with the ladies. Jamie goes out and has to party every night and drink and just try to stay away from the ladies. Meanwhile, he has to maintain his wine business, and he also has to have some kind of relationship with his wife. So it's a lot to sort of keep piling on Jamie.
The government inspector's coming to examine Jared's warehouse. And then it's a mad gallop to Versailles, chess, leather with Duvernay. Then another mad gallop, hopefully with a minister by my side, to Maison Elise. And then another night of drink.
There are points where you see the tension in him, and it starts to fray, and his temper starts to snap.
He's not sleeping at all. He's out day and night, sort of putting his mind to doing this task of stopping the Jacobites, and he sort of needs something to take his mind off the thoughts of Jack.
Jamie needs her to be supportive, but, you know, for her, she also needs him to be supportive of her desires to do something and to be a vital person with a purpose in life.
Jamie is broken and trying to find his way back. He's healing, but it's a slow process.
I need to tell you something. Jack Randall is alive.
When he finds out Black Jack's alive, I think it gives him such hope. The first time we've seen him have hope in a long time.
And I remember playing those scenes and thinking, this is exactly right, that he's freed by it, because now, finally, he can control his destiny.
What just happened?
I challenged him to a duel, and he accepted.
Claire just keeps getting trapped by circumstance into places where she has to deal with Jack Randall. I mean, he really is the cat with 9 lives in a lot of ways. And we struggle a lot in the writer's room trying to play that correctly, where she had to have enough of a concern for both Alex and Mary, and for Mary's ultimate descendant, who is Frank, that would compel her to deal with Jack Randall in any way, shape, or form.
And now I can be the one to end his life.
So Jamie's all excited and thrilled and so forth. Claire is distraught because she knows that Jack Randall is meant to be Frank Randall's ancestor.
A delay is all I ask.
No. Now you have your choice. Him or me. I cannot live where Randall lives.
I think that's why this season is certainly more complicated. It's less about young love and more about two people they're almost bargaining with each other.
I've saved your life. Not once, but twice. You owe me a life.
It's a give and a take in this situation, and they're constantly making each other promises and then breaking and then giving each other promises again.
It's a very, very low point in their relationship when she does that.
It isn't until the events with young Fergus that really just spurs Jamie into a sort of rage and torrent.
Milord heard it and he came running. Milord!
Jamie really is not in the wrong that he disobeys Claire's word. You know, anyone, I think, would probably do the same. And I think that's what always surprises me about Jamie, is his passion and his instinct just to do things. He just, at times, is uncontrollable, and that's quite exciting, but also quite terrifying.
It is just as Marie conveyed it. must. She promised.
It puts a real rift between them, but also, you know, in all Diana's writings and ways, it's also maybe a blessing that then Frank is left to be alive in the future. So it's a really difficult one to get your head around.
My favorite storyline this season was the pregnancy and what it meant within the relationship of Claire and Jamie, and it was the thing that kept them sort of together during very hard times.
When I read Dragonfly, it was absolutely my favorite part was Claire, you know, struggling with the loss of her child.
Where is my baby?
In the earlier episode, Monsieur Ferez talks about reaching in when he's drawing and quartering people. He reaches in to their body and pulls their beating heart out. And someone said, you know, that they felt when they saw him with Claire on the operating table, he literally reached in and pulled her heart out because that baby was her heart. And I hadn't thought of that when I wrote it, but when I heard that, I was like, oh.
I am sorry, madame. She has joined the angels.
And it's their faith in each other and in the relationship that makes them go on, and that's the Claire and Jamie we love. Nothing can break these two people apart.
It was me who asked the impossible of you.
I think Claire is aware that she bears a tremendous amount of responsibility for a lot of her actions, which is why in 207, ultimately, we frame that in a way that Claire, you know, forgives Jamie because she realizes that she herself had set up a lot of this situation. You know, I think that was one of the key character moments in the whole season.
I already forgive you. Long before today. For this and anything else you could ever do.
It felt that the floodgates needed to open. There needed to be this big standoff, and it was good fun to get your teeth into it.
The only way we can live with it is to carry it together.
You want to see Claire and Jamie get to this place where the two of them are truly one, and only as one can they survive and keep going after a tragedy like this.
I think after Claire loses the child, she just realizes that this fight against trying to change this grand thing in history, it's costing her too much.
Then bring me home. To Scotland.
If nothing else, at least if they're home and among their own people and among the people they love, then even if things go wrong, it'll still be better than where they are, because, you know, this is not their country and it's not their people, and she's lost everything, and I think she just needs to feel the healing warmth of family.
And we shall have a feast.
Then this letter arrives, and it becomes apparent that Prince Charles has forged Jamie's signature.
The names on this are traitors to the crown.
Jamie.
And it's so tragic when we get to the end of the season where everything's lost.
The Battle of Culloden will happen today, just as history foretold.
I think it really makes, you know, Claire having the second child even more strong and more powerful. It's probably behind Jamie's decision and determination to send her to Craignadown at the end of 213 is that he's not going to lose this one too.
I'm not afraid to die, Sassenach. A musket ball, maybe a blade. It's better than a hangman's noose. Or the wrath of the Mackenzies. Oh, I choose the battlefield.
Then I will stay here with you.
No, you won't.
Claire had promised Jamie that she would go if he sent her. Life without him is a death anyway.
I love the line in 213 where we say, you know, when he tells her to go back,
You are my home.
You are mine. But this home is lost. And now you and the bairn, you must go to a safe place.
You know, sending her back, he's lost everything, but at least he knows she's safe, and that he knows that the child is safe. He knows his fate. To constantly see their relationship change and develop, I think that's a sort of true reflection of a modern marriage.
It's that passionate, once-in-a-lifetime relationship. You know, they feel very much part of each other, and There's a reason why so many people respond to it.
It has begun.
Because it's really special.
Blood of my blood.
Bone of my bone.
As long as we burn.